Hi everybody, I'm back with another video. This one is going to be titled Explore, and it is about a camping trip that we took. The papers that I'm using in here are Happy Camper from Cosmo Cricket. I believe this one sheet specifically is called Want Some More, and that's the one with the trailers on it. And then the blue paper that I'm using right now is actually English Moss from Colorbox, and that's just a paper pack that I had picked up at Joann's. So right now I am matting my photos on that English Moss paper, and then we're going to go from there. So I'm actually going to have quite a bit of journaling for this layout. This was a really weird camping trip. The very first night that we were there, I woke up at about 2 o'clock in the morning with ants crawling all over me and my son. So I started to try to clean that mess up, and then it was just taking too long and I was tired, so I thought, forget it. I grabbed a couple sleeping bags and just thought, okay, I'll go lay out in my brother's truck in the bed, just to sit and stare at the stars basically until everybody woke up. But when I had turned the light on in the trailer, then for whatever reason, there was some gentleman who had been climbing around in the bushes, and he decided that that was a good time then for him to get out of the ravine that he was climbing through and came through the campsite, and he started screaming and yelling about how he was going to die today, and all kinds of really weird scripture type things that didn't really make sense. He was screaming it so loud that it woke up not only everybody in our campsite, but everybody in the campsites that were around us. And at this point, my son and I were laying in the back of the truck, completely exposed. He was walking right by the vehicle, and my son was so terrified that he turned to me and he was just like, "Mom, I don't want to die." And I was just heartbroken, thinking, oh, heaven forbid, if this guy even tries to get close to you, Mommy Dearest is going to come out. And but it was just one of those moments that, I don't think any of us are going to forget anytime soon. But so, yeah, there is a lot of journaling to do on this layout. So I'm not using too much of that Happy Camper paper on this layout, but I am going to use it on another one. So it's not going to go to waste. And then these are just some thickers that I'm going to use to spell out the title Explore. And it's just also a gray cardstock that I'm using for the base. So the other part of that story is that we ended up having to get into a vehicle and try to go find the rangers for the park to get them to basically come and take care of the guy. And it was, I think it was either 2 or 3 hours later that the whole thing finally kind of came to an end, because once he left our campground, then he started somewhat harassing some of the other campground or campers that were nearby. And then he hiked up into the mountains, and they were just, yeah, it was just a really weird situation. They were trying to find him, and it it took a couple hours before it finally all came to a conclusion. But I believe that they had got him, so it was just a really interesting trip. Anyway, I am using, it's that glassine paper from Tim Holtz, the Ideology, and I find that I'm having a heck of a time trying to get any kind of adhesive to stick to that or to adhere it down. But that's what that brown paper that's in the background is. And then I am using just a little journaling tag type thing that I pulled out of a small paper pack. I didn't really have that much camping stuff, but it's a small paper pad called Take a Hike by Simple Stories. And so I'm using a few of the tags and things from that to embellish with. That's also a film strip from Basic Gray, that little plastic and orange piece. Now I'm just finding a couple places to put some of these other little tags that say things like adventure and camping. And then I'm going to basically just adhere everything down. So I just noticed that my light leaves a really bad glare on the photos when I film from this angle. I am gonna have to see what I can do about switching the light so that it doesn't do that. So I'm just going to use my tiny attacher to staple down that plastic photo frame, and Then I'm going to glue down this other piece. I think I'm going to use a couple of other embellishments to kind of dress up this little corner here. Um, and then I'm going to, or it's like I already know that I don't have enough room on here to do the amount of journaling that I want to do, so I know I'm going to have to figure out something for that. And so you'll see later, I end up having to pull this little corner embellishment up so that I can put my space for journaling in there, but I think it'll work out fine in the end. So I'm going to put a cork arrow on this little cluster of embellishments, and it's from the DIY shop from American Crafts. I think I'm going to put some cork hearts on there too that are from the same thing. And then I'm going to look at the, I think it's the Daily Flash, but I'm thinking it's called Snapshots from October Afternoon, and I'm going to pick a heart off of that paper or that sticker sheet to put on this embellishment cluster as well. I really wanted to use that camera because it's like wood grain and it has the teal color that matches the paper that I was using in the background, so I thought it would have went well, but I didn't really like the way it looked on there anywhere, and I wasn't planning on doing additional embellishment clusters anywhere else on the page, so that one got saved for a different time, I guess. I looked for quite a while though to try to find some stickers or some other way that I can use them on the layout to try to add more layers, and I just didn't really end up finding anything that I thought would look good or well based on the large space that the photos took. So, but I always use a lot of photos, so it's an ongoing issue. So after I had glued all that stuff down, then I was having I was just struggling with the big space that was between the title and the embellishment corner that was down there, and I knew I needed to figure out a better way to incorporate my journaling. So I took a break and went to Joann's because I thought, well, why not just go see what they have right now? I thought maybe I could try to find some more camping motif stuff, but what I did find was a bag of bags from Jilly Bean Soup that were wood grain, and decided that I would use those on the layout. There are also some wood banners that were from Jilly Bean Soup as well that I got, but I don't end up using those either, so we'll use those on something else. Now I'm just using a few of these small cork stars from American Crafts to put down around the embellishments that I've already got down. Now I'm just inking a tag with the Vintage Photo Distress ink. I used that ink actually on all of the edges of the papers and the cardstock that was in here. I'm going to use the tag for my journaling. I figure I can use that front and back, but I could also add another tag if I wanted to. That would easily fit into the pocket if I needed to add more for all the journaling that I want to do. So then I'm just going to take some brown baker's twine, excuse me, and tie that through the holes at the top of the tag. After that, then I have some stars that I cut out of some of the Simple Stories Take a Hike camping paper. And I just used a Sizzix die to cut those out. So I inked the edges of them, and then I'm going to put them to the side of the bag, and that is pretty much, I think, going to take care of this layout. I'm not sure. I know at some point my camera's going to cut off, but I was thinking too that I was going to add some of that twine, just kind of swirl it around or whatever, but then I decided it was too much, so it ended up making that whole area look way too clustered. But anyway, that is pretty much my layout. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great day.